Roughly 13 years ago, archaeologists examining remains from a dig in southern Hungary stumbled upon something truly bizarre. Inside a forgotten storage box, the team uncovered a set of human bones so tiny they may have belonged to a rat, and with the skeleton was a single mummified hand. The dried-up, flesh-covered forearm was stained green down to the bone, as were some of the vertebrae, a hip bone, and the leg bones, according to the New York Times. Now, more than a decade after the remains were rediscovered, researchers may finally have solved the mystery of the mummified hand. Additional artifacts held at a nearby museum indicate the baby was buried holding a copper coin. The remains were found with more than 500 graves discovered at a cemetery in Nyarlaring, Hungary, all dating back to the 12th to 16th centuries. But the burial containing the mummified hand was unlike all the others. The child likely measured just 11 to 13 inches, and only weighed up to 2 pounds, indicating it was either a stillbirth or premature baby, according to Janos Bolic, who analyzed the bones, the New York Times reports. While the discoloration and unusual quasi-natural mummification suggested the body came in contact with some sort of metal, no such object was found in the box of bones. A chemical analysis, however, revealed extremely high copper levels compared to the surrounding environment, and several hundred times higher than average. In the study, published to the journal Archaeological and Anthropological Sciences, the researchers say the posture of the fingers and very high Q concentration values around the hip refer to a copper coin having been placed in the right palm. Nearby soft tissues, right hand and forearm, lower trunk, hips, were possible exposed to the highest level of copper infiltration in the entire study, resulting in quasi-natural mummification of the affected body parts, the researchers continue. As we move further away from the corroded copper coin, superficial copper concentrations gradually decrease. With no coin present, though, the strange mummification remained a mystery for roughly a decade, until one day, the researcher discovered more storage boxes from the site, contained at a nearby museum, according to the New York Times. Inside these boxes, Dr. Bolic found a corroded copper coin and a small ceramic pot, in which the tiny body was likely buried. The analysis suggests the body was surrounded by a moist microenvironment in the pot, the authors write, where gradual diffusion of soluble copper originating from the coin was facilitated for a longer period of time, and this relatively isolated setting did not allow complete decay of the little dead body. The coin dates back to a period from 1858 to 1862, indicating that the child was buried long after the medieval remains found at the same site. While it wasn't customary for Christians of that era to bury the dead with coins, the child likely died before baptism, according to the New York Times, and was given the token to assist the journey to the afterlife. The remarkable remains are now on display at Hungary's Mummified Museum.